Hello YouTube, Scarson13 here, back again with a Scott Strike update. Now it's been quite a long time since you've seen this bike, nearly a year, and I thought you guys deserved an update, seeing as it's actually been it's had a bit of interest recently, that last video. The bike has actually been more built up than this, and I do have some pictures of that, so if I can be bothered I will edit them into this video right now, so hopefully you're seeing that. But it's had different forks, and it had the wheels on, it had brakes, it had all the transmission and chain and everything all lined up, all the gear sorted, it had cranks, a bottom bracket. Most of that stuff has since been moved on to this bike, so the cranks, the chain ring, the chain, those forks are actually what was going to on that bike, the grips, the seat post clamp, which I bought another one of identical. Various bits have actually moved on to this bike, and they're going to stay that way, because I think I'm going to go for a less aggressive stance on this Scott than I was originally planning. It's going to be more my long distance XC bike, which is what it was more designed for, to be honest. So this is what I currently have, and I'll explain what I still need. So right now I've got, well, as you can see here, I've got the Scott, the frame. I still don't have the rear shock set up. Now, I was talking to a guy in the comments of my last video about this. I have no idea what I'm doing with this. I'm still searching for a shock. They are not too easy to come by in the right size, and I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to bushes and things. I don't know how any of that works. I'm going to need some serious help with that. Other than that, what else do I still need? I still need discs, I still need tyres. I'm going to go tubeless. I quite like tubeless. I'm going to need grips. I'm probably going to go for a different saddle, at least a black one for style, but I do want another one of these solid carbons, which was originally going to go on that bike. This bike is filthy, by the way. Please ignore that. Those were the forks are actually on it when I had it all built up. These are my really old Suntours that I've just got lying around for some reason. But what do I have? So I've got, obviously, the frame, the rear triangle. It's still in good nick, there's not a crack on it or anything like that. I've tried to treat it as well as I can. As you can see, it is quite battered visually, but there are no cracks, there's no actual proper physical damage, it's all just little stone chips and things like that, and scratches. I've got my wheels, and I'm actually really happy with these. I don't know if I had these in the last video, but yeah, they're quite nice, lightweight, should be fairly strong. I've had them trued. They do require centre lock brake discs though, not too sure how well you can see that. If I can focus, it would help, there we go. So I need to pick up a pair of centre lock brake discs. So I'm going to go 180 up front, 160 at the rear. This currently has 160 front and rear, but I'm going to go 200, 180 because I want a more aggressive braking setup on this. My grips, I'm going to have another set of these exact same Skyway lock-on grips. For those of you who do not know, I'm sponsored by Skyway, so they'll be free for me. Absolutely great. I mean, they're not the best grips in the world. I feel like I'm entitled to say that. I'm going to give an honest opinion. For the price, I think they're pretty good. They are lower end in the price range. They're about a tenner a set, so they're not too expensive at all. £10 that is. As you can see here, I've got my cassette. The reason why that isn't on the free hub here is because when I upgraded the drivetrain of this, I needed the lock ring for the end. So I just stole it off of this because I just had it lying around. I've actually purchased another one of those. A nice red one, so I think that'll go nice. I've also got quick release screws on the way because same thing, I stole them for that bike, so I've got some nice standardised red ones again. I've got the other Avid BB7, so I'm running Avid BB7s on here. Once again, my other sponsor, Avid, absolutely brilliant. Run BB5s on the hardtail, love them to bits, thought I'd try BB7s on this. I've got my pedals, Shimano Saints, which I feel like going to be a bit of a different experience to what I normally run, which down here are my custom painted DMR V12s. That red colour is actually Guards Red, that's a genuine Porsche colour and was custom done by me. So I'm actually very happy with those. Also massive studs on those. I'm probably going to upgrade the stud, well I say upgrade, change the studs on these for some bigger ones. I like to run big studs on my pedals. Something a bit smaller than what's on the V12s though, because in an accident that does hurt quite a lot. I've gone with the same braided cable that I'm running on the hardtail, purely because I'm happy with the strength of it. And visually, I think it looks awesome. I know there's not really any advantage to it. It's not hydraulic, so it doesn't really make a difference. Again, same exact brake levers, but I've gone for anodized red ones as opposed to the all black on that one there. Seat post, I believe I had in the last video. This is an FSA K-Force Light, and I've got a carbon fibre little lickster. It's like a cheapie off of eBay. kind of clamp there. Headset, again, was something that I did have on this bike. Go around to the other side so there's some light from my window. I did have an FS8 Orbit on here. That is now on that bike there, but I've purchased another one. You'll notice I'm liking having all the same parts. The reason being is if it fails on my Rock Rider, which is the bike I ride a lot, or say for example this becomes my daily commute bike, I can always take the parts from the other bike temporarily. I like having matching parts for that reason. I've got some decent, well, a decent chainstay protector now. I probably won't keep this one on there, it's just there because it came with two for some reason. That's the bottom bracket that was on it in the last video. I'm gonna replace it just because I don't know how old it is. It does feel like it's running smoothly, but I think it is worth replacing. What else do I have to talk about here? The forks, my Manitou Black Platinums. I used to run these on my Rock Rider and absolutely loved them. The reason why I took them off is because I wanted a bit more travel on my Rock Rider. I've got the 150mm variant of the Pace RC41, so the fighter variant. Absolutely love them to bits. And also the carbon fibre lowers on these are incredible. So I felt like it would just be natural to stick these on the Scott. I feel like they suit it. The black is going to look awesome with the sort of golden stanchions there. Handlebar wise is, I hate to admit it, but it's a cheapy carbon bar. I've had good reviews for these and I've had good experience with these myself. I'm not planning to ride this bike too roughly, so we'll see how it goes. I have done my own sort of stress testing on it before I put it on the bike, of course. I've got, and again, I have really good experience with these. This is a cheap eBay stem. If it's a short stem, I'll happily buy a cheap one because, I mean, look at this. This one here is a very short stem. Yes, it's off eBay and it's like a tenner. I'll tell you what though, strong as hell, properly milled, it's not going to break. Something that short, I personally feel safe with it. What have I actually got hooked up? Well, I've got the shifter hooked up at the back. So it's a SRAM X9, I believe, or XS or whatever. Derailleur is down there. I know I shouldn't be putting so much stress on it, but doesn't seem to affect it so far. I've been trying to avoid resting on it as much as possible. I've been having a book underneath here propping it up, so it's not actually on the derailleur at all. That's what I've been doing most of the time. Other than that, I'm not too sure what I want to talk about. I suppose tyre-wise, I want to run something by Maxxis. I'm definitely Maxxis tyre man. I'm looking at the igniters. That's what I used to run on my hardtail back in the day, back before I did some particularly aggressive riding. And I want something not quite as aggressive as the minions that I have on there now. So I'm thinking the igniters will be perfect for this, not too wide, decent fast rolling, but they'll have the grip when I need it. Other than that, I'm going to stick with another, I think I'm going to go for a slightly larger front chainring size. It's probably a 38 tooth, hopefully oval, something at the front. I want another set of Shimano Zs. I'm incredibly happy with the Shimano Zs on this. They have got quite worn out quite quickly, just from rubbing on my jeans or whatever I'm wearing at the time, but very, very happy with these. So I do want to get another Shimano Z crankset for the Scott. Other than that, what else do I want to do? That's really it, to be honest. It is the hardest thing for me right now is getting this shock set up. Finding a shock, sorting out the bushes, and fitting it is something I have no idea how to do. So I think I'm going to have to take it to a bike shop, at least for some advice. But other than that, I would like to say thank you very much for watching. This has been Carlstone13 with an update to the Scott Strike, and I will see you in the next video. Ta-ra!